back to another Random Sam Epic Mom car rant. And it is the Monday after Mother's Day. And I had a really nice Mother's Day. My husband let me sleep in. The kids were, for the most part, quiet. He even got the kids to do cleaning around the house, which is pretty awesome. They did a good job. And then to make it even better, he made dinner last night. Wouldn't let me help, for the most part. He was like, no, I got it. Well, that was very sweet and very kind, but he ended up poisoning 2 of our kids. Without realizing it, he thought he was making them gluten-free pasta because they have a severe form of celiac disease. He gave them regular pasta, which they ate up. And, oh Lord, so much puke. So much puke. People who have like a peanut allergy, if they get, any type of peanut oil or peanuts in them or cross-contamination, they've got to have the EpiPen. My kids, if they eat something that has gluten in it, they're going to be puking for the next few days. My son, man, he puked so much, my eldest, that I thought he was going to overflow the toilet. Wow, there was a lot of puke. And so for the next 2 weeks, they're going to have problems with their digestive system, knowing when they need to go to the bathroom, knowing, what's going on. It's going to affect their behavior and such because, anything that affects your immune system is going to affect all of your body. So my son didn't even try to go to school today. He is just so miserable. My younger girl, my middle child, she tried going to school being tough. I just had to pick her up at school because it didn't work out. She's sick. And, I've been sick the past few days. Different reasons. But she really tried. She tried to go to school because, this is the final stretch of the school. They're doing lots of cool stuff at the school. So she was trying to do that. And she was just like, no, somebody's got to come get me. Heck, the guy in the wheelchair was even offering to come get her because I still feel crappy. But I wanted, for her to be picked up and brought home alive. She's just not allowed to drive for a reason. But the point is this, guys. Life happens. This is the first day in like a week that we haven't had rain. Gorgeous out. I want to be outside. I go outside, I feel like as if I'm freezing to death, as if I'm in the middle of winter. And that sucks. But there are things like being a parent, and especially if you have if you're a parent with a kid who has special dietary needs. Because for my kids, they cannot be managed with like medicine or anything like that. It's not, stay away from anything with peanuts. It's stay away from anything with gluten. And gluten is a bonding agent in a lot of things. So their bread is so much more expensive. Their cereals and such, more expensive. There's a limit on what they can eat and what they can't eat. There are, things you got to take into account. And if I want to make something as simple as cookies for them at home, it's going to be so much more expensive because, again, gluten-free flour. You got to, make sure. My kids have learned to read labels since they were little. Luckily, my eldest was diagnosed when he was 6. And, he taught his little sister, who ended up being diagnosed with another severe form of it, to read the labels and everything. So it's been one of those things that they're very big on that. But I see these people who will do like these diets, and the people who did gluten-free diets, as soon as they were done with their diets and they'd start eating things with gluten in them again, they had discovered that they had developed a gluten sensitivity. And that just sucks because you just damaged your body for no reason. My kids, if they get any type of gluten in their system, their immune system will attack itself. So instead of like some people with allergies, most people, they have an allergy, they get something, they swell up, they get rashes, things like that. My kids, what happens with them is if they eat anything that is cross-contaminated or just straight gluten, their entire intestines, their whole body swells up from the inside out. So they'll look fine on the outside, but their throat will be slightly swollen. Their intestines will be swollen. Their white blood cells will they'll attack their own system. This is an autoimmune disease, and it causes a lot of different effects. One of the problems is that because it hits the digestive system the worst. I mean, it's going to be in the bloodstream. It's going to affect behavior. It's going to affect, making it easier for them to get sick from something else. But it attacks their digestive system. So, there are going to be days where they can't even tell if they need to go to the bathroom or not. Luckily, they know what to look for. But they're going to be absolutely miserable where they'll have stomach cramps. They will have inflammation in their entire gut system. And, it's not uncommon for something like that to make you have to poop or pee blood a little bit. It screws up the whole system, guys. And, it's kind of gross to talk about online, but, this is a fact of life. And this is the thing, is that people who have celiac disease, they really do have to be extra cautious, because there's so many things, like, we don't think about it, but like if I'm driving around running errands and I'm just starving all of a sudden, I can hit a fast food place and get a burger. My kids can't. They can't even get French fries because the French fries are fried in the same oil as the chicken nuggets or something, and it's dangerous. It is beyond dangerous. If something has had like a breadstick on a plate, they can't have that. There's so many things that they have to watch out for, and this is something that you probably don't think too much about because we're mostly focusing on the food. But believe it or not, there are certain soaps that have gluten in it. There are certain shampoos. There are certain toothpaste. Just basic healthcare stuff that you're doing just to have basic good hygiene. And there are things that have gluten in them. So you have to check the labels for that stuff. You got to be aware of everything around you. There are some deodorants, believe it or not, that have gluten as a bonding agent. That's weird, but whatever. Certain foods that would normally be gluten-free, because they're in a package, one of those dry packages that you mix in with something. All those mixes and such, some of them have gluten in them because it's a bonding agent, and it's crazy, guys. It's amazing how in today's society, where we have all these health nuts, science has progressed enough that we can identify things. I was identified as I have a mild form of gluten or celiac disease. But my husband carries the marker for it. So they say that this would explain why I had such terrible IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, as a teenager and such. And the damage is pretty much done. But things like celiac disease, where they get gluten in their system, can lead to things like cancer, severe, problems down the line. And I just want you guys to be aware that whether you're dieting or whatever, we've got so many people out there who, okay, we're going to do the veggie burgers, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. I'm not saying don't do that, guys. I mean, you got to follow what you believe is right. But please remember that when it comes down to your health, you are your best advocate, and you need to check what's going to work for you, what's dangerous, and what is, necessary. Just got home. I'm going to take care of this little one. But again, guys, if you know somebody who happens to have celiac disease or has any other type of health issues, please be supportive. Get the knowledge behind it. But remember, everybody's different. A key example of this is I have 5 kids. I happen to have a mild form of celiac disease. I ignore it to my detriment. But I have 2 kids with a severe form of celiac disease, but 3 other children who don't. So again, individuals, guys, watch out for how it's going to affect you and those around you. And I hope this, guys, gives you a new perspective, or at least a different one for the day. Talk to you guys soon, and you have a great one. Bye. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out our other videos already on YouTube. And give us a like and subscribe. And if you hit that bell for notifications, you'll know when we put something new out. So try to make every day matter by finding the fun. You guys have a great one. Bye.